A Father's Love, Episode 49, The Images You Don't Bow to. A set of commands I want you to deliberately bear in mind. Dad walked to the nearest table and opened a book. Dad, I thought you said I don't need to be ordered around? I expressed boldly. Wow, someone is paying attention. Dad looked at the book. The commandments are parameters to guide you from falling out of the prescribed path. Oh, I see, I relaxed a bit. Make sure you don't allow any image or something outside of God to occupy your heart and take control of your mind. A blank heart with no thinking? I asked. No, son, your heart should only be filled with the things of God. You specifically mentioned the image. Any reason why the emphasis is on the image? Wow, you're asking the right questions. Dad rearranged his seat. In the olden days, people set up an image for themselves. They focus on this image, and then they begin to worship the image. Why would anyone worship something they make? Shouldn't it be the other way around? The creator should worship the creator. You're correct, but isn't that what is prevalent in our society today? Dad asked, waiting for me to respond. I looked confused as I slowly looked up at Dad. Dad, maybe in your days, but nowadays, no such concept exists, I said boldly. Dad smiled. Look at it this way. Man made money. Correct? Dad looked at me for confirmation, to which I responded with a nod. What has taken the focus of our society today? Let me rephrase it. What has dominated? Or what is the motivation for most of the actions that most people take today? Dad said. I thought for a few seconds. I'll probably say money, but nobody bows down to money. You think so? Dad asked sarcastically. Let's see if the dictionary can give us some guidelines. Dad grabbed the dictionary while I searched through an online dictionary. I'm looking for the dictionary definition of worship. Dad flipped frantically through the pages. Reference offered, religious practice, extravagant respect or admiration for or devotion to an object of esteem. I read the different meanings from an online dictionary. Then my eyes caught something. Oh wait, Dad, the dictionary has a phrase, worship of the dollar. Dad jumped up and came behind me to look at what I was referring to. He looked in amazement. I guess I need not say more that today we still worship something made by us, Dad said in amazement. That's crazy. Remember, the key point is not to allow any image to occupy your heart such that you forget God. But Dad, what's the place to focus on all these? Focus on God, and God will direct your focus on the appropriate path. Any example? Yes, Moses had always been focused on herding sheep. He met God, and his focus changed to leading the Israelites to the promised land. I nodded in amazement. I put my focus on God and God focuses me on the right path. So many images flying around these days. Dad moved his hand above his head to depict flying. You have to make sure only the will of God occupies your heart. So what do I do with the images flying around? I asked enthusiastically. You have to understand which one is the will of God. Dad moved his hand sideways as if he wanted to pick something on the side. Then you focus on these things. So it's almost like filtering what's God's will from what's not God's will. Dad pointed at me to confirm his agreement with the statement. So what's the filter? Good question. Dad hiked down a bit as he tried to put his words together. Your conscience is a filter, but more importantly, the Bible is the main filter through which you can decipher the will of God. I nodded as I looked down. I was thinking, what do I do with this newfound knowledge? Just read your Bible regularly, and you'll see the will of God become unraveled more and more to you.